Hi everyone, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you are all well. Today's video is going to be a quick 5 must-haves for online learning. Now these are things that I have picked up over my university career, but especially when I completed my virtual exchange. So when I completed my exchange year in Canada virtually from the UK, I picked up these must-have things that we should all have if we are approaching university online or just a specific course or whatever it might be. Some of this stuff might even come in handy for people who are working from home as well, I don't know. But yeah, hopefully some of these things will come in handy to you guys at some point. So I thought the video was going to end there, but it didn't. So here we are. Just gonna wait for it to tick over and then I'll go. Okay, so also, side point, isn't it cute how you saw my wall in my old YouTube videos progress into this beautiful memories and experiences wall, and then I tore it all down and now you're seeing the new wall develop. Slowly getting there. I got some pictures, some prints that I ordered, and bits and bobs from local artists. So yeah, you can just keep track here as to what is going on with the wall. But okay, must have number 1. I found it really helpful to have different mediums of recording your learning. So what I mean by this is, obviously if you're online learning, chances are you're going to be working from your laptop, a computer, an iPad or a phone, that kind of thing. So personally I work from my laptop and it can get so repetitive just typing everything. So I actually liked to get some notebooks to one side too, and some post-it notes. So if I was doing, say, an online lecture that had been pre-recorded and I wanted to make notes, I would use my post-its or the flashcards that I had, which obviously then comes in handy for revision too, and jotted down like the main themes and things that came up on those. Or I would just write in my notebook for the day, just for a chance to get away from my screen. So like I would play the lecture on my screen but write my notes in a notebook, you know, that kind of thing, just to keep your brain engaged, I suppose. So yeah, my must-have number 1 is to have different kinds of mediums available to record your work on. Number 2 is a quiet learning space, and now this one obviously is going to be very different for different people, depending on your living situation. You know, if you're in a house share or you have, you know, a particularly noisy family with younger siblings and things like that, obviously it can be a little bit more difficult. If you don't have your own bedroom, for example, if you're sharing a room, these kind of things obviously all need to be considered. But what I would recommend for those who don't have a quiet space at home that they can go to would be to try and invest in some earplugs to make a noisy environment quieter. And obviously in the summer, the one perk is that we can venture outside. If you have a garden or a local park or something, you can go and do some work there. Obviously you might need Wi-Fi too, but yeah, I think a quiet space is a really vital part of working from home and learning from home. Now number 3 is having a schedule or a routine, and I spoke about this in a blog post that I did recently, and I will pop the link to all of my blogs in the description box below. But yeah, having a schedule and a routine is so important to being successful with doing online learning. One thing that I found really useful when I was completing my exchange online, which involved a lot of assessments and exams as well, was to attend my lectures and seminars and things at the same time my classes were in real life, which helped me stick to a routine. Obviously some of those changed because I was in the UK and in a different time zone, so I just adjusted those and it worked just fine. But yeah, so stick to a routine. And if you're in a situation where you don't have a timetable to stick to, then make your own, I would say, because I think knowing when you're doing what lesson or when you're doing what assignment or exam or whatever it might be is going to be really useful for being able to harness motivation when you need it, because you're going to know For example, okay, Monday I am working and learning 9 till 4, so then at 5 I can go on a run or watch Netflix or whatever it is, so you know that by said time you're going to be finished with your work, you know what I mean? So I do think having a schedule or a routine is really important to being successful. Number 4, utilize your professors. Okay, now this again is something I spoke about in blog posts in the past, probably more in relation to how to be a successful university student, or like how to approach university and top tips and things. But regardless of having learning online, this is still such an important thing. Utilize the tools that are available to you. So in terms of university, I think the best tool that we have is our tutors, our professors, our lecturers, whatever you want to call them. You know, email is still available, and I know a lot of professors would be more than happy to set up Zoom meetings and things like that to discuss topics or assignments and where you're heading with dissertation ideas or whatever it might be. So yeah, utilize your professors, and you know, don't forget that they're there to help. You know, after all, their biggest passion in life is likely what you're learning about. So yeah, utilize. And last but by no means least, number 5 is to have another focus. Now, be it online learning or learning on campus, it can often feel like university is taking up your entire life. I felt like that many a time in the past. On my year abroad, at UAB, you know, wherever it is that you guys are residing and completing your degrees at, it is important to have another focus too. So be it something like picking out a Netflix movie to watch that night, or organising a virtual personal training session, or learning a language on Duolingo, or you know, drawing or playing an instrument, or you know, whatever it is that you guys enjoy doing or want to pick up as a little project on the side. I think it's a really great way of keeping you motivated, because at the end of the university day there is always something else to be looking forward to. And I think when you're working from home or studying from home, you can get in a rut, because obviously your work environment and study environment is the same as your relaxing or like, you know, family home, or like the environment where you're used to like having fun. So it can be all too easy to get stuck in a rut. So I think having other projects on the go and other things to look forward to is really, really important and integral to being a great online learner. So yeah, those are my 5 quick must-haves for online learning. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, my Instagram DMs are always open, and I'll pop my Instagram handle below. Stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you guys next time.